Welcome back to CryptosRUs. Today I want to talk about Moonvember because November is finally here. It's November 1st. And I'm going to show you why November is the most bullish month for Bitcoin. That is why there's a new term, Moonvember. So let's discuss. I am George.
I am George. I
am George.
I'm George.
I'm George. I am George.
I am George.
I am George.
I'm George.
We are all George. As always, 2 streams almost every day. So make sure you hit that notification bell and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all the latest news, article, and guides at CryptosRUs.com. Welcome, everyone. Things are looking pretty good today. Pretty good. Not as good as some of us would like, but it's a start in the right direction. All right. So, looking at top. Oh, actually, you know what? Something screwed up on my screen here that I'll have to fix. Let me see if I can do it really quick. Probably not. Oh well. Yeah, because I see the black bar on top. Anyways, you guys can live through that with that. Bitcoin is at 61.1. All right. So last night had a little retest, a little whale game or whalish game where Bitcoin all of a sudden just went down and dropped below to 59.4 for no apparent reason. No apparent reason at all other than to drive people away once again. And this morning, as expected, came right back up, now above 61,000, so still kind of hovering. But not to worry, we are in Moonvember. And what does that mean exactly? Let me show you. Bitcoin monthly returns going back all the way to 2013. The most bullish month is November. Out of all the months out there, it is definitely November. Actually, October isn't too bad either. And we had a great October, but November could be even better. Unfortunately, looks like my camera is cutting into some of this. So I'm going to remove my camera. Actually, I'm not going to remove it. I'm just going, there we go. I disappeared. But you could see, October, we had Bitcoin go up 40%. And that is the highest since 2017. What happened in 2017? Well, that was the last time we had, the last time we had a 4-year cycle and the last year of that 4-year cycle. That was back in 2017. And then you go back, when was the next time, right? That was 2013. Well, that was also when we had the last 4-year cycle or last year of the 4-year cycle, right? So 2013, 2017, both terrific Octobers. And of course, we had a really good October in 2021. Now, look at November. In 2013, November, Bitcoin went up 450%. And even in 2017, it went up 53%. So where do you think November is going to be for Bitcoin in 2021? I mean, it could be anywhere from 53% all the way to 450%, right? And you could see throughout history, 2020 was also very bullish, the exception of 2019 and 2018, because those were, crypto winter months. It just didn't do well. But 2017, 2016, 2015, 2014, 2013, all very, 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 very bullish, right? So, hey, I'm looking forward towards Moonvember because I think this month it's going to be fantastic. All indicators, all metrics, all fractal patterns, any kind of thing that you can measure is indicating that we will have a terrific November. Even if you discount history, you take all this out and you don't believe it, you don't believe in any of it, and there's no correlations, all random, even that, just pay attention to everything else, the fundamentals and everything else that is happening around the world with Bitcoin, and you'll be convinced, right? Like I am. So I'm expecting huge things for Moonvember, and kind of started already. Right? Now, so what are some of these awesome things that I've talked about, all the indicators, fundamentals, all that stuff? Let's look at it. First off, right, this is TechDev's analysis, Bitcoin versus gold, and you look at our trajectory right now. So you look at basically everything together. You look at gold, you look at 2017's run, and you look at where we are right now. It's a little bit hard to see, but we are definitely going in. We're making a very, very, very similar pattern. Almost identical, right? It's scary how close we are, but we are right around here, which means Moonvember is going to carry us probably up to here, somewhere between 70 to 80 and 90,000. And then maybe we have a little correction, because in both of these cases, there was a little correction. And then afterwards, boom. If we're following 2017's pump, Bitcoin will be above 180,000. We're following gold's 1970 pump, we'll be in the 200,000s, right? But we are looking like we're moving the same direction as gold in the 70s and as Bitcoin in 2017. I mean, it's almost identical. So this is what we have to look forward to. Also, if you look at this, a number of addresses holding at least 10 coins have just reached 3-month highs. So what does this mean? Well, 10 plus coins for Bitcoin is a significant amount, but it does show you the guys that have been in this space for a while, now they have accumulated a pretty good amount of Bitcoin, life-changing wealth, almost there, right? They are adding more, right? They're adding more. Retail is starting to add more, and everyone else in between is adding more too. So everyone is adding a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And that is why, you know what, actually according to this is not the reserves dropping, but this is actually whale supply shock. This is actually measuring the whales, the really, really large whales versus the smaller whales and retail investors. Actually, that's dropping. And this is actually fantastic, because this shows that retail investors, average Joes, is actually getting in. So basically everyone is getting in at this point, although it's still early. It just started. It's if you still look at Google search trend, it's still nowhere close to peak of 2017 or even peak in April, right? Even though people are starting to accumulate more and holding more, it's still very, very, very early, right? So here's a good example of how do you buy Bitcoin searches. And you could see that, yeah, it's starting to come up finally, right? But still very low compared to before, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. And also, let's not forget about, hey, all these guys, right? The ultra whales, the Michael Saylors of the world, MicroStrategy, right? $7 billion of the Bitcoin, Tesla, 2.6 billion, Galaxy Digital, 1 billion. Goes on and on and on, right? And then what about the fund companies like Grayscale and CoinShares, Purpose? I mean, this is insane, right? They keep buying and holding more. Marathon and Hut 8, Riot, these are miners, and they keep buying more mining machines, more Bitcoin, and then borrowing against Bitcoin to buy even more high blockchain, right? They keep accumulating more, and they already accumulate 7.1%. These are the ultra whales I'm talking about. But of course, there's still whales, there's smaller whales, and then there's retail whales. So everyone is just jumping in at this point. And of course, even some of the biggest players of Wall Street, like Cathie Wood of ARK Invest, is calling for $500,000 Bitcoin, right? Not this cycle, but she believes $500,000 is definitely possible, and it's only the beginning. And she's not the only one that's calling this. Many, many people have called 250,000 Bitcoin. But Cathie Wood is even more bullish, 500,000 Bitcoin, right? Why does she think this? Well, you just look at what's happening. Everyone, institutions and public trade companies, everyone is buying and holding. Everyone wants a Bitcoin strategy. Everyone's afraid of inflation, which is a real thing. And inflation keeps getting worse as more and more money is being printed. And Bitcoin is being globally adopted by countries, by sovereign states, by whoever. They all want Bitcoin at this point. No one wants gold. Everyone wants Bitcoin. And as more people shift into Bitcoin, this number becomes closer to reality, right? And even beyond. So That's why I'm very, very excited about Moonvember in November for Bitcoin. I think it's going to be fantastic. Imagine a 50% rise from here. 50% rise from here would put Bitcoin in 90,000 range, right? And guess who predicted 98,000 by the end of November? Plan B. So that 50%, hey, if we're following history, we're following what happened in 2017, a 50% rise in Bitcoin is definitely possible. Definitely possible. All right. Outside of that, what else is going on? Overall market cap is 2.7 trillion, still holding very, very well. Bitcoin dominance is still down, which means that altcoins are still doing better at this point than Bitcoin. But today you see some big movers. For example, Polkadot up 14%. Pretty darn good. And I have news about that. And also you go down the list, you can see today is just a recovery day, good recovery day. 5, 10, 7%, 2, 3%, all across the board. But one thing important to note is that BT's dominance has not come back up. But will it? Will it? As Bitcoin makes that 50% jump in Moonvember, is Bitcoin dominance going to start climbing back up again? Possibly. That's still something that I want to track moving forward. All right, so what's going on with Polkadot? Well, Polkadot just tweeted this. They want to enable parachains. It's as simple as that, right? So there is a referendum for people to vote, but most likely this is going to be approved, which means that parachains is finally coming to Polkadot, which will complete the ecosystem. And there's going to be 100 parachains within Polkadot, and they will all have the capability of talking to each other, to talk to the main chain, and it's just going to be like a hub and spoke model, and it's just going to make everything a little bit better. Okay, so this is why they are going up, and Polkadot is one that not a whole lot of people talk about, but they're definitely making ways to keep moving forward. It's that simple. A lot of you guys are also Cody fans. Their mainnet 2.0 will go live tomorrow. So this will allow Cody's network to grow further, supporting a range of financial technology use case for enterprise merchants as well as Cody holders. But, really, in my opinion, Cody is just more like a ADA play right now, a Cardano play. ADA Pay is powered by Cody. Cody's also going to bring stable coins, including a new one. I think to Jed or something like that, to Cardano, right? So right now, they're really tied to the hip to Cardano, though they are their own standalone project, a payment network, or helps others to get into crypto payments. But you know what? All eyes are still on Cardano at this point. When are they going to get their DEXs out? That's what people want to know, right? And then lastly, a couple things that is unfortunate, but this is why you need to be careful when you get into some very hot, hyped up project. Squid Game completely crashed to zero. So again, I don't even know if you consider this a meme coin or it's just a really hyped up scam coin, obviously. But, it went up like millions and millions of percents. Then it turned out you couldn't sell, and then it plummeted to zero, basically. So anyone holding on to Squid Game could just basically lost all their money. They couldn't withdraw anyways, right? But this is an example of why so many people hate meme coins and hate hyped up coins, right? Because this could happen. This could happen. You don't know who some of these creators are. So you have to be very, very careful with your money. Because even if it's $100, $500, $1,000, right? You can't just lose it like that, right? So unfortunately, this happened. And also, another project called Olympus DAO was also rug pulled. And I remember people asking me about this project. I'm like, I don't know so much about this, right? And it's just kind of weird to me. But here's another telling sign. When there's a project that promises you 8,200 APY, that's a red flag, okay? So there's a lot of DeFi projects out there that looks like legit, but if they're promising you 8,200% APY, that's a red flag that, maybe this is not something I should put my money into. So unfortunately, I heard that Olympus DAO also did a rug pull of like $100 million or something like that. So you guys have to be careful. This happens in crypto all the time, right? So when you go get into a new project, you have to be careful. There is going to be risk. that there's a rug pull or something, or it's just a complete scam. So make sure you do your homework and due diligence before you just jump head into some of these new projects. All right. That's pretty much it. Just want to remind you guys that BlockFi changed their rates for the better. For the better. I covered this last night, but it starts today, November 1st. They are upping their rates in a big, big, big way. Those of you guys that are looking for passive income, USDC and other stable coins is now 9% on BlockFi, and USDT is at 9.5%, which I believe is industry leading. So BlockFi last few months had a little controversy because they kept changing their rates around, right? And it was a little bit below their competition. Now they're serious about retaking the lead. So 9.5%, almost 10% on USDT, and 9% on all the other stable coins like USDC, Paxos, GUSD, and so forth, right? Very, very, very competitive. So those of you guys that are looking for passive income, check them out. And of course, they still have their credit card where you get rewarded in Bitcoin whenever you make a purchase. That is also fantastic, and they have rolled that out already. All right, that is it. Now let's do some Q&A. A lot of people mentioned, there was a lot of rumor last night about how Shiba was going to get on Robinhood. And it was like all these iffy accounts on Twitter. And I'm like, man, I think it's too soon. But I guess it didn't get added. But there was a lot of talk about it last night. Anyways, scrolling up. Let me make sure that I didn't miss any super chats. MMA fan says, ADA will move like a Lambo when it goes. Well, I showed what happened last Halloween, last night, and ADA was at 0.009 cents. And look at where it is now. So yes, you are right. When it moves, it does move. What is your Harmony, VET, and XLM price prediction? Let's just say 5x on all of them. Okay, but I think Harmony and VET, I like them a lot more than XLM. And I like Harmony. Actually, I think their potential for this bull run is probably more because they're much smaller market cap. So I like Harmony and VeChain a lot. Which projects are you going to win the Polka auction? I don't know. I have not been keeping track of the 100 that are going to be listed. But I know many of them are, of course, DeFi projects. So I haven't been keeping track of which ones are trying to, are going to be parachains. Loopring and Bounce. Loopring is kind of like an old project. I'm off of them. And Bounce, I have no idea. Unleash the power of decentralized auction. Bounce powers ecosystem products for auctions. Build, design, connect, collect ultra assets. So they're trying to be eBay. They're trying to be decentralized eBay. That could work. That could work. eBay has no competition, right? So if you could have a better auction, then great. But I'll say it's really hard to beat the likes of eBay because without the products, no one's going to go on, right? And without the users, no one's going to be listing their products. So it's kind of like the chicken and egg thing. This is why eBay, no other auction has come anywhere close to dethroning eBay. But I like the concept. Having trouble with 50, 25, 25 of all new big caps with the total market cap at all-time highs. Is it time to raise your 10 billion limit for our mid caps? No, I think big caps up to 10 billion is still good. Mid caps is anything above 1 billion. So I define 10 billion plus to be big caps, right? So anything above, I guess, number 20 at this point. And unfortunately, even like VeChain and Cosmos, according to my definition, are mid caps. But mid caps go anywhere from 10 billion all the way down to 1 billion, which should be right over here, in the top 100, right? So I do consider those mid caps, and anything below is small caps or micro caps. And I think you could follow a 50, 25, 25 rule pretty easily. with those kind of definitions. Of course, if you want to change the definition up a little bit, that's fine. But I think that's a good, good levels for each. All right, Andy, thank you. Will Ergo rise with ADA? Yes, I believe so. I actually talked about that last night. It was actually down 27% for last month. It should not have gone down, but I think it's because Cardano was lower. Up to 40,000 redefined print. Yes, it does. After 40,000, it's like 8.5, which is still very darn good. Nick, I already addressed all the FUD about meme coins and Shiba in my past videos, so I would say you go ahead and watch them. Do you think ETH will take a back seat to the current gaming and meta run? No, it will not. You know why? Because most of them are running on Ethereum. That is why. The narrative is not changing. Just because they have good run-ups doesn't mean that Ethereum is not going to run up or go away. So you got to realize most NFT, most gaming, most DeFi are all running on top of Ethereum. Joker, I have 1,000 in Cardano. Would you hold or should I convert until... if you only have Cardano, then you should think about following the 50-25-25 rule. So you should diversify. Now, if you have others, and Cardano's within that 25%, then I think you're fine. But if you're only holding on Cardano, I think, I think it would be wise to diversify. Although, that is not financial advice, so you decide that. But I've created many videos about 50-25-25 rules, so check out my channel and look at them. And I kind of explain why it works. Do you think ADA is the best stablecoin out there? Sure. Crypto has ruined a lot of things for me in terms of excitement, the dopamine rush from making money trumps a lot 24/7. Love you, bro. So you're saying what kind of other excitements? I guess. But I appreciate it. You see McDonald's coming out the McRib NFT? I did not see that. Oh, I forgot. There was a article. Maybe I closed it. Burger King is partnering up with Robinhood to give out free crypto. McDonald's coming out McRib NFT? That'd be good. That'd be good. What do you think about Ocean Protocol? Can it do a 10x? Sure, it could do a 10x. A lot of things could do 10x though, to be honest. It's an Oracle, right? Data wallets. Yeah, it's an Oracle setup. I don't know. Well, it's an Oracle and data marketplace. Or maybe it's more of a data marketplace. I think it's a data marketplace. Yeah, it's more of a data marketplace. There's a few projects in this space that's data marketplaces, like IOTA, for example, is a big one. There's a few others. None of them tend to do that well. So, can I do 10x? Yes. Will it? I don't know. I don't know about that. Hey, David. David's a member for 2 months. Thank you, David, for being a loyal member. Any thoughts on Rainbow Token and their project? No. It just sounds horrible. I'm guessing this is a play to earn game. It's not in this one. This one? Yeah. Well, it looks like it's a meme coin. Deflationary meme coin. Yeah, I'm not even gonna look at it. Probably because, Robert, you want me to pump it or something. No, I'm not gonna look at it. Let me make sure. Where am I at? Silas, appreciate. Do you think SLP could have a huge pump? SLP is tied with Axie, so yes. If Axie does have a huge pump, SLP will. Why did some crypto move with Bitcoin up and down? Why did they fly it? There's a lot of reasons for it. A lot of crypto, their trading pairs are tied with Bitcoin, so if Bitcoin goes down, they go down. It makes sense because the trading pair is versus Bitcoin. And also, a lot of people panic when they see Bitcoin come down. Everyone starts selling. So there's some bots are also doing it that way. So there's a lot of reasons for that. Parsk is creating visual data, I believe. Hello. Data automation platform that connects blockchain activity to real-world applications. Turn blockchain data into actions. Yeah, this is one where you can create like, you could take data, extract it from blockchains, and create like bots and signals and warnings and stuff like that. I've covered them before, but it's not a very sexy project that most retail people would care about. All right, last few questions. Genja Snap, you're welcome. BNB, I do like BNB. I think many people are overlooking BNB, but they are number 3 for a reason, and they continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. All right, last few questions. AMP, Anchor, Alchemy, which two have the greatest long-term utility? Anchor is not even in the same realm of AMP and Alchemy. Alchemy Pay and AMP are in the payments. Anchor's staking, creating hosts for staking. So very, very different. I think they're all going to be around for quite some time. 50, 35, 25. That doesn't make sense. 50, 25, and 25. Sheep joining, sold. Do I sell a little bit all or ditch a couple to rebalance? Jeff, you just rebalance. Okay, if you're going to stick with it, you're not putting any more money, then just rebalance. You could sell some and add some. Just make sure you stick with it. It's either you rebalance or you add more, right? It's really, you only have 2 options. All right, last question. Iris network token. So IrisNet. Second this is just stupid. Second anniversary of mainnet launch. Does anyone care? If I'm check out this project, do I care it's the second, anniversary of the mainnet launch? No, I don't. That's horrible marketing. Horrible marketing. Incorporation of service-oriented infrastructure into Cosmos, integration of business services offered by heterogeneous systems, including public and consortium chains, as well as legacy system, interoperability of the services across the internet. All right, so I read that, and I have no idea what they do. So I would say no, because this is a really, really, really bad marketed project, even from their webpage. If you're, I'm just going to rant a little bit. If you're a crypto project, you figure the number one place people go to learn about you would be on your webpage, okay? And if you can't even get your message across right away within the first 10 seconds, then I don't know what you're doing, because everything else that you're doing is worthless. If you can't communicate properly and you can't market it well, then no one will ever look into it or buy it, right? So that's Iris. All right, that's it. Put your show on Spotify. I thought about it. I used to do it. A lot of pain, a lot of work, so I've stopped doing it. Maybe. Would you split your DOT and Kusama holdings? At this point, I put more into DOT than Kusama because the parachain is coming. But I think Kusama still has a future, obviously, because it's the test bed. But I'll put more heavily into Kusama at this point. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. As always, smash a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Last super chat. Graph. I think they're good. They're a necessity for all